such sights to show you.
You are all going to die tonight.
This is bad comedy.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
Good evening, my sweet tortured souls, and welcome to a kind of Mother's Day episode of Your Geeky Showing. Kind of, we mentioned mothers in movies in this, but it's more of a geek chat this week. And
Yeah.
me, as always, he's the man who kind of has a plan, but he ain't quite the A-team. It's the random man, Guy, JB.
Hello,
How are you
hello.
doing, honey?
Hello, good to have you.
I'm good, thank you. As you can see, a slightly new look for yours
Yes,
today.
definitely
Had to
looking good.
upgrade a little bit.
Yeah, it's also, let's face it, it's a bit of a birthday warm down kind of a show as well.
Yes, we do have some presents to talk about. I have some down here. I have a little one here.
Mm,
I do have quite a bit to say about this guy because from a picture I saw on Facebook months ago, the more I look at that figure, the more I'm like, mm-hmm.
mm.
But we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We will.
So, first up on the episode, as always, we're going to jump into the shout outs. I'll flash a little graphic up because we're going to start doing that from now on. Shout outs
Nice.
abound, and we only have the one at the moment. Tony, you're slacking.
And, wow, okay.
But here we go. Let's go over to the old comment section and take a look. It is, of course, a comment from longtime fan of the show, Mr. JK47. JK, the Ginger Ninja, the man, the myth, the beard.
Oh, he's beardy.
Oh, yeah, that beard. Gandalfian proportions, that beard.
Resplendent in its hairiness. and
Resplendent
length.
hairiness, yes. Like Chewbacca after a good shave. Probably going to kill me for that one.
Yeah.
But okay, he says, yes, Wilderness Girls is the scene I always remember. Thank you. I'm not the only one who remembers that bit where he's right up at the spy peephole doing all this. We were talking about National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1 in previous episode. He commented, we're professional people. We always know what we're talking about. At least one of us does.
I don't know.
It's been a week since then. He's been to sleep.
Hmm.
Guy's like an old Apple computer. The minute you put it in sleep mode, it forgets everything it's done that day.
Oi. I think.
It's one of those, oi, you're not wrong kind of moments.
Hey, now get back to you later on it.
Which is also like an Apple Mac.
Yeah. Well, at least I'm not clippy.
Anyway, continuing on with Mr. JK's comments. Can't comment on Doctor Sleep as I have not seen it or read the book. That was like me in the episode. I was like, I'm going into this blind. I know, shame on me. I shall do the walk of shame. I do own this. This was for me was the bit that made me go, you've not seen it, but hold on. I do own the Blu-ray. I just don't have the time to watch it. That is one thing that has been popping up a lot recently. I've seen across Facebook and here on YouTube is there's all these things that people want to watch, just don't seem to have the time to do it in.
It's a busy old life.
Yeah, it seems to be a more wider spread thing more and more often now. Like, I want to watch it, but I just don't have time.
Yeah, life gets in the bloody way of everything. It's a bit of a pain.
It really does. It really fucking does. But anyway, carrying on, Salem's Lot, never read the book, but I own both the DVD. The remake was filmed near where I used to live. Oh,
there you go.
For you there. Bit of trivia for you there.
Love a trip.
Silver Bullet, seen it. It's good. Haven't seen it in ages. So yeah, that was exactly my thoughts on it. I have seen it. I've not seen it for a long time. I just remember loving it. So next up, we have Under the Dome. Have not read. TV show was good to start with. The last season was just fucking weird. I can't comment again. I've not seen it, but Guy, you
Yeah,
did.
you're not wrong, mate. But read the book because the book's ace.
Well, as we said a lot in both of those Stephen King episodes, the book is better. It's always the case when you adapt something from a book, whether it's
Yeah,
video game, film, TV show. Books are always better. Books are always
yes, they are.
Christine, classic. I did read the book, but so long ago, and the movie is more my jam. That's kind of my thing with it. Like, I read the book many, many years ago, but the film was
Mm.
fresher in my memory. So,
Yeah, fair play, fair play. It's a good film.
um, Shawshank Redemption and The Green Mile. Say no more. That was
Yes,
what we were
they
like in the episode. We literally said, like,
do.
what can we say that hasn't already been said about
Yeah,
those two films? You know. Looking forward to Callista's return, in brackets. See, I stayed till the end. Well, thank you for
no.
staying to the end, JK. And
Thank
yes,
you, JK.
Queen Callista will be making her return in the future. We're not sure when. Bitch just kind of pops up, causes chaos, and then fucks off again.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Kind of like a boner on a nudist beach.
Hey, boner.
All right, Sid, calm down.
Wasn't there another comment? I thought there was another commenter.
Oh shit! Yes, I did.
Oh,
I didn't see that.
you won't be in trouble.
I didn't see that one on the screen. I am so sorry. Sue said, "Oh, did I make you go shy? Love this episode. Keep it up."
Must be love, love, love. Da-da. Must be love, love, love. Nothing more, nothing less. Love is the better.
Right, before we get copyright strikes for guys singing, because YouTube love to just do that, even if you mention a song title nowadays, they're like bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, fuck.
But yeah, okay, right. I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping here.
Mm.
First
Sue's gonna be laughing right
comment
now.
that we talk about, Sue. Yes, she is my girlfriend. I have a girlfriend. Now, I know
Yeah,
people are probably waiting to jump on their little keyboard warriorness and just start having a go at me.
yeah, fuck.
Do what you want. At the end of the day, I'm happy. And I think looking back at past shows, it's reflecting in how good I do now on camera because my confidence was knocked a year or two ago. Now look at me.
Exactly.
Exactly. And it's all thanks to her and Guy and all my friends that have supported me this far. Thank you. So there we go. Housekeeping. I have a girlfriend. If you don't like it, and if you were watching to, go away. That's not what I'm here for. Not like some guy actually told me on Instagram that he liked my video so much he'd had a to one of
Oh,
my videos. He actually told me so. And I'm like,
nice. Not.
well, just because you've done that doesn't mean you need to tell me about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Angelina Jolie gets hundreds of guys a day walking up to her in the street going, do you know I've had a Tommy Tank to you? It makes her fucking day.
Oh, yeah. Difference is she can roll around on a big pile of money.
That is true. but
Some of us can't.
but we're starting to tangent there very, very badly. We're going into more specific details of things we won't talk about on here. So let's
Well, does that mean I can't sing no more?
maybe.
It makes Sue laugh.
I'll let you continue to do your songs then. How about that?
Lovely.
But swiftly moving on with the show, we get to the next part that everybody loves.
Ah,
Guy,
yes.
what have you been watching, mate?
Let's see now. What have I been watching? Supernaturals. I'm going through it still.
This is going to be a really short segment because literally all this week, that's all I've watched. I watched The End of Boys
Nice.
season 3. I watched the trailer for season 4.
Oh, how good was season 3?
Pardon?
How good was season 3?
Oh, the ending to it though, I was like,
Now you got to watch Gen V.
and that is next on my list. I'm on Supernatural season 4. My plan with Supernatural is to get up to where I originally got up to, so the start of season 6,
Hmm.
then take a short break and watch Gen V, and then go back to Supernatural. Because
That
once
sounds
I'm
good.
caught up to because I'm on season 4, episode 17, I think, of Supernatural.
Well, we're on 17, 7, no.
Season 4.
We're on season 4 as well.
Yeah. So once I got to the end of season 5, start of season 6, because I did watch episode 1 of season 6, and then the Plex that I was watching it on updated and I lost access to it. So I was like, I'll buy them. I'll buy them on DVD. How fucking naive was I to try and do that with Supernatural?
Mm,
Because some of the box sets are that old, they're actually out of print.
yeah,
So it's like trying to track them down. Don't bother.
not
Find
happening.
streaming services, watch them on a streaming service. They're much
Yeah.
easier. But yeah, I've been watching Supernatural as well, and yeah, that's pretty much it. My daughter was watching Friends over the weekend while she was here.
Nice.
I just finished watching a
Hmm?
season run through of that, so
Yeah. Oh, I've also been started watching a series that was on More 4, Bill Bailey's Pub Walks. That's really nice. It's a good show.
oh, I love a bit of Bill Bailey.
Yeah, he takes sort of famous people on and
Pub crawl.
walking. Yeah. Well, yeah, but it's more sort of rambling, and
Mm.
then you get to a pub. But it's really cool. It's kind of like it's like a walking version of Mortimer and
Carpool.
Whitehouse Gone Fishing.
Oh, I was going to say that show Carpool that was on.
No,
Oh,
that was a
okay.
that was a fictional comedy.
Yes, it was, wasn't it? Yeah. Sorry.
That was Car
Brain
Share
brain flatlined for a moment, then I couldn't think. I was like, this
for a
reminds
moment.
me of something. This reminds me of something. What does it remind me of? I don't know. My brain's gone. Ah.
For a moment. Yeah.
Moving swiftly on.
I
Shall we do the Mother's Day stuff first and then go to the geeky chat, or do you want to do it the other way around?
don't mind. You're hosting.
Well,
You're hosting.
for input from a co-host.
Your
God
pod,
forbid.
it's your podcast. I'll just turn up and talk shit and do Sid James
Our
impression.
podcast. How many times do I have to say that to you?
Oh yeah, okay.
I jokingly say this is my show, but I've told you before in private, this is a joint venture. This is both of ours things.
Yeah, I know, but you make decisions. I turn up and talk shit.
That's true.
The arrangement.
I decide the subjects and you go, yeah, okay. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah,
Sip of the
you can
old
do
vino.
that.
Sip of the old vino.
What, this one?
Yeah, that one. But seeing as it was my my womb evacuation day just recently, I love calling it that. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the birthday stuff that I had, and I'm going to
Yes.
start off with the present that I got from Guy. I literally I got off camera when I opened this last week because I opened it on camera. I literally got it out of the box, transformed it straight away.
Oh, you big kid.
We are, of course, talking about Braun.
Yeah. One of my favorite Autobots, actually.
Oh yeah, definitely one of mine. Um, I'm gonna do a full review of this guy, but
Mhm.
the one complaint out of the whole figure that I have, there is every Transformer comes with a complaint. Trust me,
I
every
know.
Transformer comes with a complaint. There's one bit of it that just goes, that don't sit right with me. Is if I hold him by his head and his crotch, this back panel here where the wheel is,
Yeah.
it just hangs there. It doesn't actually lock in anywhere.
Oh, right.
Trying to pose the legs around, you've got this trouble of
Yeah.
moving about. It's not a big deal, but it does kind of get in the way. And I wish there was some way to push it a bit further up and lock it into this bit, but there isn't.
Well, guess what? No exchanges. Tough shit.
The one thing I did want to say about this, and I did talk about it earlier, is there's a meme going around on toy collector groups where there's a picture of this guy and a picture of Man at Arms from Masters of the Universe. And you know what, right? The more I've looked at this since I've got it, and I've looked at pictures of him online, I was like, it's the same helmet, it's the same color scheme, in almost the same places,
Yeah.
and they've got a similar kind of personality where they're the gruff, beat 'em
What
up.
came first?
Yeah, so it's like chicken and the egg.
Well, surely it'd be off a Diaclone thing, so that would have come first.
Yeah, true, but it really makes me want to get a Man at Arms action figure and have them sort of side by side in a photo, going, "Hey, we go to the same tailor."
Nice.
Just because. And
We're going to kick his ass.
exactly. But yeah, I'm gonna do a full review of that guy very, very soon. Just need to work up to it and
I'll watch that.
schedule things so that I can actually record. The next thing that I got for my birthday, along with this,
Yeah.
which I'm still debating whether or not it should come out of its box, which is what same issue I'm having with the next thing I'm about to show off. This was a present from my friend Jen, and it is a 40. I'll turn my light off so you can see it a little bit better. There we go.
Better.
A 40th anniversary Care-a-Lot bear. And according to the story on the back, it is basically the first Care Bear that existed in the Kingdom of Care-a-Lot. It's got a certificate of authenticity and what looks like a tattoo in this corner, but I'm not 100% sure. And it's another one that, as beautiful as it is, I really want to take it out of the box because apparently if you move your hand through the fluff, it shimmers and shines and glitters. And I'm like, I want to play with it, but I can't because it's so special edition. But there we go.
Care Bears.
I love Care Bears. Fuck off. I think that should have been my first clue to kind of certain things when I was younger because I would watch Transformers the movie, then follow it up very quickly with My Little Pony the movie and Care Bears the movie. I'm not saying there were signs, but I clearly did not take directions very fucking well, did I?
No. And you still don't.
No. But the next thing I want to talk about, I picked this up for myself because my friends took me out to I will quickly talk about this now and then do the next present to kind of get it out of the way. But my friends took me over to Leicester.
Nice.
And we went to a
I didn't get an invite to that either.
Hold on, I've got the cards here. We went to a wonderful toy shop called Toy Shop on Tour. They have a YouTube channel. They have a website. Right. So go and check them out. Yep, see, here's their YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
I had a little talk with the owner, and we were talking sort of like the stuff he had behind the counter, the really expensive stuff. I will do video in video so you can see. I did do some little videos to send to Guy to make him jealous a little bit. But yeah, went to a vintage toy shop. They had hundreds, and I literally mean hundreds of G1 boxed Transformers, some in great condition boxes, some not so much. They had a G1 Galvatron for like, I think it was like 320 quid or something like that. They had a G1 Optimus Prime that was graded in the plastic box and everything.
Yeah.
That one was £800.
Yeah.
But when I looked, because you could obviously see it in the plastic case, the box had no marks on it, no folds, no tears, nothing. It was literally like it had come out of the factory and been put straight into that box.
So 10 then?
Pardon?
So graded 10 then?
Yeah, it was like absolute perfect condition. And when I was looking around, I could understand a lot of the prices because being a Transformers fan, I know a lot of the values on some of the stuff. And I was like, do you know what? They're not bad prices. They're pretty competitive for what they are for the market. But the one that really kind of made me go, oh! And we talked about this just before we started filming, was a G1 mint condition in sealed box Fortress Maximus. and it was the original import one with the Japanese writing on the boxes and everything. So pre-American release, wanted 1,500 for it, and my heart nearly fell through the floor. I was like, oh my good God.
Yeah. This is the thing.
But it was a wonderful little shop. If you live in Leicester and you happen to watch our show, which is maybe like 3 people if we're lucky, go check that shop out, and chances are you already know about that shop.
Mm.
I did say to Guy, we will at some point try and take a little road trip up there.
Yeah, sounds good.
Episode there, and maybe if we, win the lottery, we can go and like shop there.
The thing is, I don't want to buy them like that because it stops being collecting, it starts being investment.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was plenty of loose figures and stuff there to buy, like G1 loose stuff, and it was all complete. I nearly bought something. They had a G1 Rodimus Prime complete. Now, the only reason I was tempted is I do already have one, and it's just missing the parts. But then as a friend pointed out to me, he's like, well, they want this much for it, but you could probably source the parts for cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I have looked into that in the past, so maybe that's a possibility. And in the end, we went to a different shop, and I ended up picking up this absolute beauty of a figure. Again, pop my light off so you can see it properly. We have the Mistress of the Dark herself, Elvira. Now, the reason why I picked this up, as my friend Lee, who will be appearing on the show next week, did point out to me that it celebrates 40 years of Elvira.
Oh, some of them 40.
And this is an older figure now. Like, this came out a couple of years ago, but at the time, it was a 40th anniversary edition.
Oh, Jesus.
And as my friend said, it just seems too perfect not to buy it because it's 40 years of Elvira when you're celebrating 40 years of you. And I kind of went, I can't fault your logic. It was a very Spock kind of moment, like, there's logic there. I'm 40 today. That's a figure celebrating one of my personal icons, 40th anniversary.
Yeah.
It was too much. It made too much sense to not buy her. And that is another one that is going to get reviewed in a new show along with this guy.
Yay.
So we got a couple of reviews coming up.
Marvelous. Oh.
What?
Sorry. Things going bad. I'm getting messages.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, sorry. So,
moving on then. That's my little birthday stuff out of the way. Anything you want to talk about, guy? Anything geeky? I know that something both of us are highly anticipating is out very, very, very soon.
Yes, what is the date on that?
I think it's the 29th, but I could be wrong. On that. But yes, X-Men 97 is finally about to drop.
Yeah, it would be on the month where I'm like totally fucking busy.
Mm-hmm.
I am swamped with gigs at the moment. I'm moaning about that. Not at all.
No, it's not complaining. It's just, like we said earlier, it's life getting in the way of watching TV shows and things like that. Like, there's stuff you want to watch, but life is just like, oh, no, sorry, no free time.
Yeah, I'm happening. Look.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see. So, yeah, X-Men 97. Cannot wait.
Have you watched the trailer?
No, of course I've not, because I've been in Mars with my fingers in my ears and my eyes blinded.
If anyone knows what that's a reference to, drop it in the comments, people. And while we're on the subject, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that little bell to get notified every time we drop new content.
And tell your friends.
Yeah. Tell your friends, tell your dog, tell your nan. Don't tell the cat, though, because the cat might not like it. Cats don't like anything. They're arseholes.
My cat is.
Yeah. It's like Gizmo. Give me a fuss. Now I'm going to bite you. Okay, cheers. Love you.
My cat's shown his arsehole on the bloody show, so
Yeah, yeah. Gizmo last night, I was led on the sofa watching Supernatural, and she decided, I'm going to sit here and put my bum here.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Nice shot of Dean Winchester with a cat arse every so often. My face. But yes, tangent. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yes, X-Men 97 is due to drop soon. The trailer, the one thing that kind of caught me on that is how freaking evil did Magneto say when he's like, everything that Charles Xavier owned belongs to me. Like, we thought you were supposed to be turning over a new leaf here, Mags. That's what was hinted at the end of the old show, the original cartoon series, which this is a continuation of.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping to see where this is going. I have seen comments on places like Facebook and stuff where certain scenes they're saying they're going to do the Krakoa storyline.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure. I didn't follow that in the comics. So
Hmm.
if you know more about that, please say because I don't.
Yeah.
There we go then.
I've heard of it, but
maybe they're just trying to please old fans and new ones by doing a storyline that was popular within the last 10 years. I don't know.
well, if they want to please old fans, maybe brown suit Wolverine. Just saying. Just saying.
Or do flashback episodes where he was in that costume. They,
Hmm.
they did the flashback episode where he worked with Captain America when he didn't have his claws.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, what? See the tangent, everyone. I'm going to flash it up now. Tangent. I think in animation, especially with X-Men '97, they could do a lot of flashback episodes with Wolverine,
Yeah.
and it would be so cool to see Wolverine in different eras. Like we've seen him in the 40s during the war. Well, let's see him in the 60s, the 70s, the 50s. Can you imagine Wolverine as a greaser in the 50s?
Yeah. Good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's ripe for creative freedom, especially if you write something that's not in the stories. It's something that's exclusive to the animated series,
Yeah.
something that ties into what's going on in the current events of the show. But it's like Wolverine's like, I've been through this before, kind of thing.
Mm.
Almost like Cup in Transformers. Oh well, this
Yeah.
reminds me of. And then they get to that bit at the end, and it's like, doesn't this remind you of anything? Nope, never seen anything like this before. You could do something like that with someone like Wolverine because he's been around for so long.
Yeah. He is the flimsy old warrior.
Yeah, yeah, that's one way of putting it. Yeah, but much looking forward to X-Men '97. I'm gonna try and watch the first episode when it drops.
Is it? Do we know if they're dropping a lot or is it weekly?
I honestly don't know, but another tangent here, people. I was talking to Lee about this the other day, and you'll probably agree with me on this. We were talking about our episode we did where our films and TV shows getting too long, and we were basically saying that I think Disney. I hate to praise Disney because my feelings towards Disney, but I will praise them for this with their Marvel shows, Star Wars shows, things like that. I think they're very brave this day and age to stick to that old adage of do one episode a week.
Mm.
Because as we were saying, we were talking about this on my birthday, actually, on Thursday, on the way back from Leicester. And we were saying that what was great about older TV shows, Supernatural, Buffy, Charmed, Angel, all those kind of
Mm.
shows, was you got one episode a week. That gave you and your friends a week to digest what had happened in that episode, to talk about that episode, and talk about
Yeah.
what might happen in next week's episode.
Excuse me, everyone.
No worries. And so on and so forth. And I think now with the likes of Netflix, Prime,
Mm.
Paramount Plus, all of those lot, a new series comes out, they drop the whole thing in one go.
Yeah.
And like I said this in previous episodes, it was a passing comment, but when you drop a whole series in one go, we just binge watch it and then forget about it. It doesn't stay in here very long. But when you do it week by week, we've got time to sit and really get into it. But
Just
yeah,
the fact that if you do it week to week, you get people like Kevin Smith and Mark Bernard talking about it every week.
Exactly.
or at least every time they do a podcast. 'Cause
It gives the viewers and the fans and people like ourselves, the podcasters, chance to sort of talk about it week by week along with the viewers. Like we're finding out story stuff as the viewers are.
yeah,
When you drop it all in one go, guaranteed there'll be some YouTubers, and I'm not mentioning any names, but there will be some YouTubers who literally the day after it comes out will spoil every fucking thing for it.
mm,
And if anyone happens to watch that episode, they'll be like, oh, well, there's no reason you're watching this now because I've just fucking found out everything.
yeah,
That's why I try to avoid spoilers for stuff as much as I possibly can. Because I don't want to know that character X, gets into some really dangerous situations, but by the end of the story, they make it out. And I'm like, well, then when I'm watching these episodes, because you've told me that they make it through to the end,
there's no
I no
danger
longer
for them.
care. I
Mm,
don't care what's happening. I disconnect from the story. And if you disconnect from the story on an emotional level, you're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to keep watching it. So, yeah, don't spoil shit. Do it week by week. Please, other streaming services, learn from Disney for once. Actually take their idea and say, you know what? Let's do it week by week.
yeah,
Told you this was going to be one hell of a random chat tonight, didn't we?
we did. We warned you. We warned you. So, anyway, shall we move on?
Yes. Anything you'd like to talk about, Guy?
Yes, but I'm not going to yet.
Not yet.
No, Bad Batch. That's all I'm going to say.
Bad Batch. That's the Star Wars Clone Wars thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know a little bit. We
Mm?
all are all fully aware that I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, or Star Trek, or Star Gazer, or Stars in Their Eyes. I don't know.
No one likes stars in their eyes.
No, although that would have been funny seeing William Shatner come out as.
Tonight, Matthew, I'm going to be a complete cunt.
Tonight,
You don't need any makeup. No.
Matthew, I'm going to be you.
I'm going to wear your
I'm
face.
going to peel your face off and wear it like a mask. Now we've creeped out our entire audience.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I do want to talk about. I watched Tony. Shout out to Mr. Tony Harris of the Retro Movie Zone. Go check it out. I watched your episode today. I know a day late. I was not feeling very well yesterday. I just laid on the sofa and did not a lot. And Cassie went to play Dead Island all day. So I watched my daughter running around bashing in zombies' heads.
Nice.
It's an average day in Burton.
Ah,
I caught the bit in your episode where you wanted to know a little bit more about the scene in It that we would not talk about. And I saw guys comment on Facebook, and he's like, if we won't talk about it, then it's got to be pretty bad. Now, you said you're listening to the audiobook, and I don't know if this particular bit is still in the audiobook because I've never checked the audiobooks. I don't know, right?
Ooh, that's a good point.
If it is, all I will say, Tony, is it's the bit where they seal the pact. Now, in every adaptation that's been since the book, they all cut their hands and they do the blood thing, right? But in the original book,
No, they did that as well.
pardon?
They did that as well.
Yeah, they did that as well, but they did something else. And I'm not going to say what that something else was. All I will say is that
Taste wise,
we
will not talk about it.
taste wise, we won't talk about it. But all I will say is that that scene in the book, to give you a little idea of what it is like, is I bet Jimmy Savile read that chapter repeatedly, is all I'm saying.
With lotion on standby.
Mm-hmm. And moving swiftly on from that, enjoy the rest of the audiobook, Tony.
Yeah.
Now kind of rough idea of what to expect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, did you not watch his bloopers?
No, I've not got round to that. I only noticed
Oh,
it was uploaded this afternoon, and by then I was already
best 3 minutes you'll spend. It's brilliant.
best 3 minutes of your life. Isn't that what you said to your wife when you married her?
Shh, 3 minutes, man.
Best three
Fucking
minutes of your life,
hell.
love.
3 minutes, I could have a ciggy as well. Jeez.
You don't want to work too hard.
Why start now?
Right. Shall we get on to the main crux of tonight's episode then? And
We ought to, really.
it's going to be a short one because it's not so much storylines, it's more character points.
Yeah.
Because when we first shut up, computer. Sorry, my computer's having a go at me. When we first kind of broached this subject, I was like, how much mileage is in this? What can we really talk about? And the more I sort of thought about it, was like, a lot of these characters, it's not boom in your face that these characters are mothers. It's kind of referenced and off you go with it. So talking about mothers in movies and TV shows is a bit tricky.
Yeah.
So I thought what we'd do is just do a sort of a quick rundown of our favorite mothers that have appeared in films and TV shows. And I'll kick things off with the likes of Ellen Ripley.
Nice.
Didn't the more motherly character arc was more explored in Aliens than it was Alien,
Well, yeah.
but that film at the end, it really does come down to the battle of the moms. It's Ripley versus the Queen Alien. It's a show off. It's a showdown between mothers. It's one mother protecting its young Newt from an attacking mother, the Queen Alien.
Yeah, well, not that Newt was her kid, but
No, but there was that
her
bond.
actual daughter died while she was in hypersleep. So,
Yeah, because she was in hypersleep for 57 years, and
so Newt just kind of a
trivia.
surrogate.
Little bit of trivia, I know. The scene
Mhm.
was cut from the theatrical cut, but there is a scene in Aliens where Ripley is shown a picture of her daughter prior to her death,
Yeah, I've seen that.
and it's actually a picture of Sigourney Weaver's mother.
Mm.
And I thought that was a neat little touch to sort of give that family resemblance. Because
Yeah.
normally in Hollywood, you go, "Oh, look, here's a picture of your grandmother," and you look at them, and it's like, no,
No, it's not.
no, there's no
There is not.
resemblance whatsoever.
Mm.
The real bugbear for me on that one is when they do younger versions of characters that are in their 20s, and I'm like, that's meant to be them at like 14. They're meant to be 24 here. You're telling me in 10 years they went through that much? No,
Mm.
no. Puberty is not that fucking good.
True.
But yeah, so any famous mothers you want to mention, Guy?
Yes, I will mention the other side to that coin, that 80s loveliness, Sarah Connor.
Yes, yes, definitely. And again, an arc that was explored more in the second film than it was the first film. Because
Mm.
obviously, in the first film, it's she's not had John at that point. But you get to the second one, and she's a mom. And yeah,
Exactly.
I love that character. I love the character arc. And that was why I was gonna say something.
Linda Hamilton.
No, I know the actress's name, Linda Hamilton. That was it. She turned down appearing in Terminator 3 because after she read the script where she was in that script, she
Mm.
said, I'm basically just doing the same thing as I was doing in the second one, but it doesn't make sense now because John's all grown up. He can sort of take care of himself, kind of thing. And she just felt that the character arc was kind of pointless. Like, she'd be there just for fan
Mm.
service.
Yeah.
And then, of course, she did Dark Fate, which was nothing but fan service or fan disservice, depending on who you speak to. I will say this, and I did say this in our Terminator episode. I preferred Dark Fate over Genesis.
Take. Hot take there.
But then again, I preferred Salvation over Genesis. So,
Oh, there you go.
I
Well,
mean,
let's not
Let's
Let's
not
not, let's not open that
open that can of worms again. Yeah.
again. No. But she is one of the Ultimate Mugs.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Like I said, in that second one, that the shootout at the Dyson place, where
Yeah.
that shows how
The Dyson place.
Miles.
Things like that. Oh, there's trouble at the old Dyson farm. Oh, blimey. Trouble a brewing.
I did say it a bit like a 1920s reporter. There's trouble at the old Dyson place. That's Sarah Connor shooting the place up again.
State line.
We better get in touch with the law.
State line, Los Angeles.
Escaped convict Sarah Connor shoots up the Dyson place.
Tommy
Hoovers
guns blazing.
everywhere.
Hot scoop.
She was that against technology. She shot a bunch of fucking vacuum cleaners point blank range.
Yeah. I'd do it again, you see. Take that, you mugs.
But no, the shootout when she goes to kill Miles Dyson.
Mm.
And the bit where she's like doing the sniper shots and then just opens fire. And then that complete switch when she gets face to face with him.
Mm.
She can't do it. And she breaks down. And that scene between her and John, that for me is one of the reasons why I love Terminator 2 so much, because you've got balls to the wall freaking action, but then you've also got that emotional side tied to it.
Yeah,
and it works really well.
Yeah, nuances.
Exactly.
See?
Yeah, Sarah Connor, another shout out to a fantastic mom in movies.
Yes.
Or Mim, as we're calling it.
Mim.
No. Another mother.
Hashtag Mim.
Mim.
Minimum. 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 And that's all in your head, folks.
You're going to be singing that at work now on next Saturday morning, ain't you, Tony?
You're welcome.
He'll be walking around going, well, he's doing his mopping and whatever he's doing. Twerking a little bit.
Walking around going, swats.
You fuckers, I'm singing that now. Moving on to the next mother in movies, then. I'm going to give a shout out to a mother who was influential over most of the franchise because she was kind of the driving force for the main character, but only appeared in 2 movies, technically.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking, of course, Pamela Voorhees, the mother of Jason Voorhees, played brilliantly, absolutely believable as a psychopath, Betsy Palmer.
Yes.
Who ironically only took on the role because she needed a new car.
Isn't she related to Rosie Palmer? She had 5 daughters, didn't she?
About Palmer, that'll freaking backhand you in a minute. Sid.
Talking about wanking.
I meant to use euphemisms.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
We'll use some of those too.
I'll go back to me lodgings.
Yeah, we keep Sid just off camera. He's got a little cabin in the corner.
It's great. I'll just keep a load of gin there.
Yeah,
got gin and old jazz mags.
Yeah, escort from the 1960s. He's, by the way, he's happy. He's fine. But yeah, back on topic. Pamela Voorhees in the first film and sort of as an apparition in the second film. But the portrayal of that character and the fact that, spoiler warning for a fucking 40+ year old film, when it's revealed right at the end that she's the killer, you're like, no. But then you see that fight between her and the character of Alice.
Shit. Pardon me. Sorry, folks.
That was the turning point when you go, yeah, this woman could be really psychotic. The one thing I will say though, and I think a lot of people would probably agree with me on this one. I saw online someone saying that what would have made the reveal of her as the killer so kind of more at the end of the film would have
Mm,
she'd been a bit of a side character in the earlier bits of it. Like she stops by camp and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm an old friend of the people running the place." Like she'd made her
mm,
presence known, and she just seemed like this sweet little old lady, blah 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 blah. But when she does come in, she does all that spiel of, you know, I'm Mrs. Voorhees, like, it seems really
mm.
nice. And then that slow, well, I say slow, that quick descent into madness that she has, where she talks about Jason and then starts talking in his voice. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
quick, but if she'd been introduced earlier and then you'd seen that turn at the end, it would have even been more shocking. So
yeah,
that's the only thing I can really say about that. And I agree with wherever I saw that, and I'm sure people will agree me putting it back out there. If she'd appeared earlier, it would have been more shocking, but still, freaking amazing performance considering the actress was literally like, "Yeah, I need a new car. This film pays me enough to get a new car. I'm doing it."
yeah.
Literally the reasoning behind it. I need a new car. This
Mm.
film's paying. I'll do
I
it.
do love that.
But in fairness, taking the job just because of that, she's now cemented in horror movie history as one of the world's biggest psychopathic mothers.
Yeah. Well,
She's
and
right up
hey,
there. She's right up there with Norm's mum.
I took a gig in Scotland so I could pay for Sandy and Rose's passports. So I can
Exactly.
relate. I can totally
Exactly.
relate.
You do what you got to get where you want to be.
Yeah.
All right then. Any more
When I
mothers?
talk about that porno I did when I was young, I was young, you know, needed the money.
We'll post links in the description. Don't worry.
It's called long haired lovers. I used to have long hair.
From Liverpool.
What you saying? Like,
Yeah. Watch,
but the thing
watch
about
a
the
guy do
Beatles
the
was we
world's
was just full
dodgiest
lads from
Scouse
Liverpool.
accent.
I do George Harrison.
I bet you do.
Well, not anymore. He hardly moves.
I know he's a bit stiff these days, isn't
He is. I'll try and get a bit of conversation. I only fucking said
he?
big old
Yeah.
cunt.
At least he's quiet though.
Yeah. I gotta say the thing about the Beatles was we was just four lads from Liverpool. So, there you go. Bit of George.
Right. Any more mothers you want to mention?
Yes, we'll talk about a TV mother.
We'll go for it.
Because you know me and TV. Joyce Summers.
Yes, Joyce Summers.
See, I'm hitting you in the feels now, aren't I? Hitting you in the feels.
That episode, The Body.
Yeah. Oh,
But
bless. What
and
a fucking great gig. You get to lie there. You get fucking paid. Oh, yeah. I'll take that
that
all
must have
day.
been an easy episode. Just lie there, don't do anything.
Yeah. Lie there. Don't do anything, get paid. Hey. Sounds like your weekends.
Yeah, yeah. Lay there, get paid for
Yeah.
it.
That's not real, Sue. Don't worry.
No. We're joking. We're joking.
Yeah.
What are we? Yeah, we are. But no, that episode, The Body.
Mm,
I
yeah.
I did have the DVD box set of that season, and I watched it with the commentary.
Oh,
And the one thing they said, and I was like, it's very clever that they did that, and the way they did it
mm,
was Buffy is always the one who fights these big supernatural threats. And in that season, she was going up against a literal god.
mm.
And they wrote the storyline of Joyce getting the brain tumor and then getting the surgery and then having the aneurysm and passing away. Spoilers alert for anyone who's not seen it, sorry. They did so in such a way to show that as strong as Buffy is,
Mm,
there are some things she cannot fight.
mm.
Some things that even someone so powerful cannot stop. And one of those things is death by natural causes.
Was it? Was it that season? She was finally good.
Yeah, she was fighting Glory.
You
'Cause
sure?
yes.
I thought there was a series afterwards.
No. It was season 5.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Because I remember it distinctly because in the episode The Gift, there's a speech between Giles and Buffy,
Mm,
where she's basically saying that if Dawn dies, then she quits because what was it? She says, "I don't know how to live in this world if these are the choices we have to make.
Yeah.
I just wish my mom was here telling me what to do." And it's in that same series because that was when they had all the ups and downs with Dawn and she was self-harming and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And it all kind of compounded all at the same time. And I think this is just my personal preference. As good as season 6 and 7 were, I think they should have left it at the fifth season and left it with her death.
Mm.
It was more impactful, it was more powerful. Like Buffy at that point had pretty much lost everything, but giving her life made sure that everyone she cared about had a life after. You know,
Yeah.
she did the ultimate hero sacrifice, and to bring her back, okay, it was handled well, and as much as I enjoy, like I said, I do enjoy season 6 and 7. If they hadn't have done them, I would have been perfectly fine with that.
Mm.
We talked about this in the Buffy episode, I do believe.
We did, yes. So
But you start talking about Joyce, and obviously it tangents off into
yeah,
Buffy. Yeah.
I
So,
do.
oh, gone.
I like her arc because at the start she's just, she don't know shit. She don't know shit about what her daughter does, and then it
Yeah.
gets for her, and she starts.
Although I do like that line from Buffy when she does find out, and she goes, "How many times have you washed blood out of my clothes and you still haven't figured it out?"
Mm,
It's like, and they do make jokes about it. There's one line where Buffy says, like, "I think my mum's like repressing all these weird things that keep happening." Because she, come the next episode, she doesn't seem to remember
yeah.
what. It's like, yeah, she probably was. She probably
Mm,
was. But that was another great character arc, both for her and for Buffy, when she did find out that her daughter was a Slayer.
yeah.
You know, and that
And
whole,
then the dealing with it.
yeah, and the whole, have you tried not being a Slayer? Like
Yeah.
there was some subtext there. I won't go into it, but there was definitely subtext there.
Yeah. Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
and again, both the characters, Buffy and Joyce, they were handled absolutely brilliant in those
Mm.
scenes. Played brilliantly by Kristen Sutherland.
Yes.
I couldn't remember if it was Kirsten or Kristen. It was Kristen.
Interesting.
Yeah, Christine Sutherland. And I must admit, every time I see her pop up in something, I go, "That's Buffy's mom."
Yeah.
She's one of those characters now will
It is. Yeah,
forever
that's the
be
thing.
Buffy's mom.
There you go.
But yeah, my favorite episode of hers was the band Candy. Her and Anthony Stewart Head getting it on top of getting it
Yeah.
on the bonnet of a police car twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is one of my all-time favorite episodes, though. Because
Mm.
just seeing Giles go from straight-laced, very droll librarian to 1960s style rebellious, almost punk.
Yeah.
It was funny to see. It really was.
It's great. I love the way that every time they sort of flash back to that, or they flash back to young Giles, he's always listening to Tales of Brave Ulysses by Cream. Always listen to that.
Yeah, and slight tangent here, the episode where they went to the coffee shop and he sat there singing Behind Blue Eyes on acoustic.
Yeah.
And Anthony Stewart Head did actually do a version of that for one of his albums.
Yeah. 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 I bought a friend of mine, as he should had
Yeah. Was it
the
Music
first.
for Elevators by any chance? Because that's the one I've listened to.
Can't remember because it was fucking years ago.
Never mind then. Continuing on.
Yeah. So yeah. So there's with his mum. We got any more?
um, you've just done a TV show one, so I'll do a TV show one. Slightly left field, but I think we got to give this mom props for putting up with 3 kids and a donut loving husband. We got to give a shout out to the world's longest suffering wife of the world's biggest comical idiot. We got to give a shout out to, of course, Marge Simpson. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, some of the episodes with her, some of the shit she's gone through with that family, any other woman would have been like, you know what? Fuck you, I'm done and gone.
Yeah.
But no, she sticks by her hubby. She sticks by her homie.
She does, because
Yeah,
that's what you do.
exactly. But yeah, again, some funny episodes with Marge. The one where she gets addicted to gambling.
Yes, that's great.
The one where she's afraid to fly because she found out at a young age her dad was a stewardess, or sorry,
Yes.
sorry, a steward on the airlines, and that gave her a fear of flying.
hmm
Episodes like where,
Screaming yellow honkers.
pardon?
Screaming yellow honkers,
Yes,
where she's a dangerous driver.
yes. The one where she has a mental breakdown, that episode, and she goes to, what is it, Rancho Relaxo?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good episode. The one bit I love in that episode is where she sinks down into the bath
Mm.
and it slowly goes all the way up, all through that big blue
Mm.
hair. And then it takes a good like 30 seconds for it to reappear. And her hair's all down. And it's just,
Yeah.
I didn't know her hair could go like that. That was the first time I'd seen it in an
Yeah.
episode. I was like, I've never seen Marge with her hair down.
Yeah, you see.
So, but yeah, gotta love The Simpsons. Older Simpsons more so.
I was gonna say I've lost track now. I don't even know what series they're on.
They're on like a season like 30 something now, something like that.
Yeah.
I stopped watching after pre-lockdown.
Mm.
Pre-lockdown was the last time I actually sat and watched anything new from The
Mm.
Simpsons. The last big storyline I can remember in The Simpsons was who shot Mr. Burns.
Oh,
It turns out it was Maggie.
spoiler it.
Oh, come on, it's that fucking old now. If you don't know it, it became a pop culture meme for a while, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Oh, I did watch the movie as well, but
Mm.
I think for me, that was when I noticed the big downturn. Was like a lot of the jokes were done in previous episodes, and in my opinion, done slightly better.
Yeah, but they went to HD.
Yeah. I mean, it was okay, but I could definitely feel that there was. I think this is my time to bow out of The Simpsons. From here
Mm.
onwards, it's going to be stuff that just. I get it. It's got its fans. People love it, but for me,
Yeah.
I've kind of trailed
Yeah, I
off
know
over
what you
the
mean.
years.
Mm.
It's gone on way too long.
Right in Marge's own word. I mean, when Homer goes, oh, come on, no. Come on, Marge. You should be used to all my crazy antics. And she goes, no, it's aged me terribly.
Any more mothers from you, or shall we wrap it up?
Yes, one more. Jackie Tyler.
Tyler,
Jackie Tyler.
remind me.
Shall I say David Tennant? Shall I say Big Blue Box?
Doctor Who.
Fucking hell.
It took me a second. Jackie Tyler, Rose Tyler's mother. Yes.
You see what I got to work with, folks? You see? You see?
The one thing I can remember about her, it's the one thing that sticks in my mind, is when it was the Christmas special where David Tennant first became the Doctor. And he's there kind of regenerating this thing. He's like, I need, and she's up in his face, like,
Mm.
need this, like rattles off a long list of things. And he goes, I need you to get out of my face. That's the one thing I can remember.
Yep. And I love it. She goes, nice cup of tea. And then Rose is like, oh, for God's sake. And then it turns out, hey, yeah, guess what? He
Wraps
needed
around
tea.
at the end, he's like, turns out actually all I needed was a good cup of tea. I do remember that episode. It's where he gets his hand cut off as well, and then it grows back.
Yeah.
Yes. Which sets up later storylines for
Mm.
the Dr. Donna and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. He goes, hello.
Hello.
Remember that hand I lost? Hello.
I got it back.
Still me.
It was a bit weird that he kept that weird little tank thing with his severed hand kind of blobbling around in it. It was like,
Well, yeah, you can't let that out into public.
well, I know, but it was still a bit weird. Like, I mean, I'm not going to keep bits of me floating around in jars when I'm done with them, am I?
Oh, I should hope not.
Like some out of freaking
I don't want
the Fly.
I don't know any fucking souvenirs.
just have it here in the background.
That's not. That's really not.
You like them old sideshows from the 1900s, you know, baby two-headed lamb in a jar of formaldehyde. No, no, we're straying into dark territory now. I save my
No.
darkness for TikTok. They can have that.
Yes, yes.
Right,
The fools.
I think that about brings us
I
to
think that does
the end of the
wrap it.
episode.
Yeah. We've talked enough shite.
We talked about moms in TV shows and films. Some of our favorites. We did think this was kind of a thin episode to cover, but
We.
all right, I figured it was a bit thin to cover, but
It was
it,
your fucking idea.
it was Mother's Day, and I was like, well, if it's Mother's Day, we might as well sort of theme it,
Motherfuckers do.
kind of. But yeah, we've done mothers in movies. We've done a bit of geeky chat. Obviously, like I said, I will do the video in video thing for the toy shop in that section that we talked about. So you get to see all of that shit via the power of editing.
No.
But yeah, I think that's about it for this week's episode then, unless there's anything you want to talk about, Guy, before we go.
Well, we could talk about my alcoholism, but we don't have time. So,
No, I mean we don't have a fortnight.
we don't. So there you go.
No.
No time.
But the one thing we will talk about is you're taking a week off next week, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I am busy. Sorry, folks.
Yes,
Oh.
Guy is going to be gigging. Do you want to give a shout out for the gig?
No.
No cheap plug?
I'll go on then, if you insist. I'll be playing with a band called The Rain at the Roebuck on Sunday. So that'll be
That's
the
Roebuck Burton
17th.
on Trent, isn't it?
The Roebuck in Burton on Trent. So if you're a Burton on Trent listener and you fancy coming down to see me strut my funky shit, then yeah, check it out.
Watch this white boy play his funky music.
Actually, I was at a gig last night and I did play that song. So there you go.
I know.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Secretly there and secretly listening in, you didn't even know.
Okay. Anywho,
Moving swiftly the fuck on.
yeah. So next week I won't be here, folks. We will have a guest host with Kelly.
Yes, Lee is going to be joining us next week, and we are going to be talking all things Stranger Things, which does remind me one honorable mention for mothers in TV shows. Shout
Oh.
out to the amazing performance by Winona Ryder as Joyce Byers in Stranger Things, but I'm going to save that for next week's episode because Guy's
Yeah.
not seen Stranger Things. It's not really his kind of thing. We've talked about this before.
We have. I've struggled.
Like you've tried to get into it a couple of times and you just, but like I said to you, it's one of those shows that every season, once you get to like the midpoint, it really ramps up and it really does get engaging from there. It's the first 2 or 3 episodes that are slow.
Well, I'll tell you what, right? We'll make a deal now that you got Amazon Prime and all that. I'll watch Stranger Things if you watch Picard.
Challenge accepted.
Boom.
And do you know why it's challenge accepted?
Why?
Because I know 7 of 9 is in Picard, and 7 of 9 was a bit of a schoolgirl crush for me. So of course I'm going to watch it. Of course I'm going to watch it.
Spoiler alert.
I don't care. Shush.
Aged very well.
Oh, she is like a fine one. I've seen clips. I have seen clips online of her, and I'm like,
oh, Jerry Ryan.
oh, Jerry Ryan, hello. But
He's
yeah.
a handsome woman.
Okay, then. So, right, you have to watch all 4 seasons of Stranger Things.
Oh, shit. There's only 3 seasons of Picard. Right, we got to redress the balance somehow. You also have to watch Star Trek Discovery.
Only 1 season, though.
Yeah, but you'll fucking love it.
Tell you what, Strange New Worlds. I've heard good things about that one. I wouldn't mind watching that one.
Oh my god, yeah, watch that.
Okay, then I'll watch Picard and Strange New World.
Yeah.
You watch Stranger Things because there is a 5th season coming, and Linda Hamilton is going to be in the 5th season. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not sure what capacity and what character she's playing, but yes, she is going to be in Stranger Things 5.
It just got interesting.
And season 5 is actually the final season as well. The Duffer brothers, the writers of the show, have said season 5 is that. That's it. There's no more after it.
The Duffel Brothers.
Duffer, not Duffel.
Oh,
Duffer, Duffer, which
even Duffel as in duffel coat. I'm like,
no, although I will admit the Duffer brothers, it does sound like a pair of drinking buddies from an episode of The Simpsons.
can't get enough of that wonderful Duff.
Yeah, we're the Duffer brothers. They hang around with the Duffman.
Yeah,
they're his entourage.
you know, that's
The Duffer brothers. There's a crossover for you.
indeed. So, there we go.
You heard it here first, folks. He's gonna watch Stranger Things.
She's going to watch Star Trek.
Well, like I said to you the other week, on a comment, if nothing else, when you get to the end of season 4 of Stranger Things, you will agree with me. The soundtrack is fucking phenomenal. It's the best of the 80s in every season.
Can't stand Kate Bush.
Well, no, but there's Rock You Like a Hurricane that appears in an episode.
I can't stand Kate or Bush.
On that note, everyone, we're going to say goodnight before Sid starts going on about Bush.
Bush.
I don't care whether it's George or Kate. I'm not a big fan of Bush.
God, blimey, that's accent pruning.
Right. I have been Miss Violet Impulse. He has been the random man, Guy Jessup.
I've also been Sydney fucking James. Cunts. Sid. Jesus. Back to your lodgings. Go on.
Right. Let's say goodnight then, Guy.
Okay. You ready?
Right. Good night, my sweet tortured souls. And remember, if you can't be good, be twisted. Don't get mad, baby. Get fucking sadistic. Mwah. Bye.
Jazz hands.